Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we are going to be playing some beauty. We start off with a pretty awkward shop here. We've got the shrink drink like for early econ, which I think you want to do. We've got some upside in the Lonely Prince anyways. We are going to have to take a happy little tree, which obviously not the most exciting thing in the world. We get a wizard's familiar here, so not adding a lot of stats to our shop here, but we're going to cast the Shrink Chink. We're going to buy the tree just to get some stats onto it here. We do end up losing this fight pretty badly. Take a couple damage, but fortunately we have that 5 health buffer as beauty, of course. We get a pair of Wizard's Familiars into the shop now. And yeah, instead of buying another character, we're going to lock the Wizard's Familiar, of course, but it's actually more stats to just cast the spell right now, because it puts almost one on the tree as well as our Familiar that we already have. So rather than buying a 1-2, we get 2-2 worth of stats. And yeah, it looks like Pied Piper has missed his shop or something, because they only had 3 units. And they weren't particularly large either, so we get a kind of a free one there. Alright, so now we've got a few 3s in the shop. I mean, we want to buy this Brave Princess or this Peep to flip our Lonely Prince, of course. And then I think we're just going to take the Familiar. Like, again, casting the spell would be more stats this turn, but it is temporary, so it's just a little bit inefficient. Yeah, so we're gonna go with the Familiar there, and we did lock that shop because we do want the Wicked Witch. The Wicked Witch is going to do a great job supporting our Brave Princess as well as our Happy Little Tree. We get a Romeo to go with it. But I think we're going to cast the spell here. We want to get these Familiars some stats, and then we just end up rolling into a shop that has a pair of Happy Little Trees. And with that pair in the shop, I think we're gonna go ahead and throw some extra toughness onto the Happy Little Tree, just like really get all we can out of this tree, anyways. Unfortunately, we do lose our support immediately, but we do get the Brave Princess Slay anyways, so it ends up working out not too bad there. And our 5-power creature being the first thing to attack into the donkey, character, not creature. And yeah, we get our Happy Little Tree, and also we get this exponential growth in the shop, which we are going to jam onto the tree with it, with this triple. Pretty easy lock chest there. The other ones didn't really provide too much onto the board, and I mean, of course, we just want a level 3 treasure instead, I think. Make short work of the pup player here. And we get 3 Brave Princess Slays in a row, which is pretty uncommon. So feeling fortunate for that. I think it's thanks to the Wicked Witch support. So now we have to choose between Sting or Fancy Pants here. We're definitely not an Faeries board. I think we're gonna go with Sting. Although Fancy Pants is a pretty solid option as well, but I think we can make use of Sting maybe a little bit more. Basically because we kind of want to throw. Well, I mean, I was considering just putting Happy Little Tree in one with the Sting, and then it activates things later like Good Boy or Lancelot or whatnot. But yeah, we ended up buying the Chupacabra, sort of a speculation, and then we're just gonna play it in one just to try and get some slays going. The second Wicked Witch does support the Happy Little Tree very well, so we don't necessarily need it in the Sting slot. We get another level 2 treasure here by tripling up our Familiar. This is gonna have a decent amount of stats on it. It's not a fantastic amount or anything, but it does consolidate all those stats into one and make it a relevant unit on our board. We're just gonna cast this Feed the Kraken. We're gonna get a couple +2/+2 onto our Familiar, as well as get a couple extra rolls here. We would like to pair up this Chupa or find the triple for our Wicked Witch. We do find the Chupa. We also find a Monster Book, and I think it's still early enough that we can take Monster Book and use it to scale our Familiar. We do have to cut one of our supports here, which is a little bit awkward, just because we don't get to play our Chupas in 1 and 2 because we need to get that extra attack onto the Happy Little Tree. Otherwise, it becomes a pretty obsolete unit pretty quick. Fortunately for us, the size of this Shadow Assassin allows us to take down the Romeo and Juliet here, and we get a treasure map out of our locked chest, and we have the Chupa Triple immediately in the shop. So really fortunate for us there. And we get a level 6 treasure ahead of schedule. I think we're just going to go with Embiggening Stone. Pandora's Box, of course, is exciting, but I think Embiggening Stone this early in the game is just better. It's just straight up better than most level 7 treasures this early. Like obviously Holy Grail, it's like a bit early for Holy Grail. Like Mirror Mirror is okay, but you need to do the right setup for Mirror Mirror. Like +7/+7 to your board is fine, but I think Embiggening Stone is much better than that, especially at this point in the game. So yeah, we're just gonna jam that, and we're gonna be pretty happy about it. We get to pick up a big Medusa. We could have sold for something else there, but we were kind of running out of time, so I ended up just taking the 2 rolls and being happy with our big Medusa pickup here. And yeah, we are going to win this combat against Horde Dragon. And then we get offered a shop. It's 5.0, but these Feasting Dragons are pretty big, so we decided to just jam them. And like, if we can triple it, then that's a ton of shop stats. And yeah, we're hoping to just kind of compound on our shop stats. Take 1 roll, and we find another Feasting Dragon, so we get to immediately triple it and get a huge amount of stats. We're gonna take Gloves of Thieving. Gloves is just really good with beauty. A little awkward because we don't get the beginning stats on the things we steal, but it could still help us with finding direction and also just getting to like triples and whatnot. We did get our Feasting Sleigh this time, so that's great. We add a couple more stats to our shops, and we also had a Baba Yaga in that last shop that we did lock. And we're happy to put it behind the Feasting Dragon and the Chupacabra. Speaking of Feasting Dragons, we can take 1 more. If we can triple another one, then yeah, we can just keep getting bigger and bigger Feasting Dragons. I mean, y'all know how the Feasting Dragon snowball works. There's our second Feasting Sleigh with the Baba support this time. Although we are going to lose to the Pants player here, who is quite strong, and yeah, I mean, we're playing. We've got a decent amount of stats, but they were able to kind of value trade with the Mummy and their range. There's another Ogre Princess, but I don't think that's something we want to invest in at this point. Like it is really nice, but it competes with the other things that we want to be attacking first. We're gonna take this Friendly Spirit. It's just too big to pass up. It's 2320. We can triple that up with those shop stats, then yeah, we can really go nuts. Just cast a quick shard there. Even though we're not playing the Wizard's Familiar anymore, it's still free, so we might as well. And we end up locking the Baba Yaga triple. And unfortunately for us, we don't get any of our Feasting Sleighs. We don't get our Chupa Sleigh either. But fortunately for us, like unfortunately we don't get the Sleighs, but fortunately we do win the combat still. Because I mean, the classic Sleigh dilemma is you have a strong front line, but if your back line just can't cut it, then generally you can just lose unless you like can really power up your Yorm. We're gonna take Evil Eye here. I think we're gonna cut Gloves of Thieving because we want the Sting. We want to try and get the extra Feasting Sleighs, and we want to spread it out a little bit. We're going to be a little bit more picky. Again, with the stolen units, we don't get the embiggening stats, so I think that plays a big factor. There was a huge shoulder fairies in that shop that we did pass by, and also there is another Feasting Dragon and a Good Boy. And I mean, like we're missing Sleighs now. It's getting kind of late in the game. The Feasting Dragons might be a bit greedy here. We end up just selling the Chupacabra here for the Good Boy, because of course we're going to pick up the Good Boy. With all those shop stats, it's kind of a must here. Again, we missed that first Sleigh, and then we missed the second Sleigh with our Feasting Dragon. Really unfortunate there. And we miss a third Sleigh with our Feasting Dragon, so just 0 Sleigh value at all here. Opponent's a little bit too strong for us to be getting our feasts on here. So we're gonna cut our small Feasting Dragons at least for now. considering the River Wish here, but like I think it's just a little bit greedy. Like we're not getting our slays anyways. It's just yeah, again a little bit greedy to be considering it. Even we triple up our Medusa just because we can get to consolidate all those shop stats, and then also we do finally take the Shoulder Fairies, which is again huge. Again, unfortunately, again we just can't get our feasting slays at all, even with the good boy stats. But I mean, the Pants player here is quite large. But once again, we get denied on our slays, but we are winning combats thanks to these shop stats. So it's not all terrible. Just a little bit disappointing missing out on all those scaling opportunities, anyways. Considering buying this Ashwood and kind of starting to hedge towards trees as well, like we don't really have a lot of time to like assemble a lot of trees though. There's also the copycat with the good boy, but we would need another good boy for me to want to do that, I think. All right, we find another Shoulder Fairies. It's just so large. It's gotta be. I mean, it's much better than our small feasting dragon at least. And I think we're just gonna take this this Echo Wood as well. Because the Echo Wood's gonna get a ton of stats from this good boy. Once again, here's that pup player playing the slay comp. Again, we don't get any slays here. Slightly unfortunate, and once again their backline is just a little bit too weak, even after they demolish our at least our Baba Yaga with their lightning dragons, and frontline kind of takes a beating to those Yorms. Alright, I briefly considered just selling 3 things to Evil Twin the good boy, but it doesn't get the shop stats. I mean, we could have also sold 3 things to Evil Twin the Echo Wood, which I think is actually, we're gonna lock and we're gonna Evil Twin this Echo Wood and get the level 6 treasure. Yeah, once again, we just don't get the shop stats from those twinning effects or stealing effects. Excuse me. Yeah, unfortunately, combat doesn't work out nearly as well as last time. We take a big 15 to this very powerful Pants player, who, actually, sorry, the Pants player is Trons G. I forgot Trons was in chat and was sniping me, so shout out to Trons G. Also a very good Storybook Brawl player, who regular in the competitive Discord. Okay, and yeah, we did triple up our Echo Wood, which we took Pandora's Box from. They do attack our Medusa right away. We shifted into more of like a Medusa centric kind of hoping that we can get some scam done here. And we do scam a fair amount, but again, we lose by quite a bit. 2 golden characters, but out of the Pandora's Box, we do get Mirror, which is phenomenal for us here. And like, I mean, you saw the title and thumbnail and whatnot. Yeah, so this is where we have a very, very interesting interaction, and I'll kind of mention it as it comes up. Something that I didn't really didn't know about previously. We're also Evil Twin the good boy, just to get another good boy on board with the Mirror. It's just too good not to. You can see how many stats we get on the Golden Echo Wood here with these good boy Mirror good boys. And yeah, one thing that I kind of just didn't realize, like as beauty, so you saw the size of that Echo just jump up there, and the size of the Shoulder Fairies as it gets resummoned, because it checks the biggest good thing on the board, right? Which is Echo Wood. And then Echo Wood sees the stats from the Shoulder Fairies and basically doubles its own power. And then, I mean, it gets like double because it's golden, of course. So yeah, you saw we got the Echo Wood up to 17,000 there, and we had roughly 3,000 Shoulder Fairies when they get resummoned. So again, that's an interaction that I've never encountered before, and it's extremely effective. Like, I was considering running the Medusas up front before that turn, just because, I mean, Medusa with Mirror is also quite good. I mean, obviously we want the good boys as well, and the Medusas just get attacked into so badly, so rather than have attacks go extremely poorly and have us end up a lot weaker, then yeah, we decided to play the Shoulder Fairies up front, and yeah, it ended up working out much better than the Medusas would, I think. We don't get quite as big here because we do kind of they did add another golden apple tree there, so we got a little bit scammed, but still we still come away with like a huge Echo Wood, which is enough to clean up the rest of their comp there. and yeah, we get the win. So yeah, again, this is a wild interaction. I really didn't expect it when I was when I fielded the shoulder fairies, but very pleasantly surprised. And now that's another weapon that we all have in our back pocket, I guess, if the situation ever comes up. I mean, you need mirror plus shoulder fairies, plus you need to be beauty, or you need to have a good good ice. No, you need to be beauty for the Echo Wood to be good and bad for the shoulder fairies to check for both sides, anyways. But yeah, obviously it helps a lot having the mirror good boys to put all the stats onto the Echo Wood, making the Echo Wood nice and large. But I mean, you could do that with like a Ashwood or with Burnbeard as well. So there's a couple different ways to get a bunch of stats onto Echo Wood. Obviously, this works with World Tree mirror as well, just in case that ever comes up, anyways. But yeah, again, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff that helps the algorithm. I would very much appreciate it. And like I said, John G was sniping me. And yeah, he did ask permission beforehand, and definitely I don't mind if people want to jump into games while I'm streaming. That's just kind of the streaming gig as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, if you wanna jump in on a game with me or try and snipe one of my lobbies, like, feel free to come stop by my Twitch. My Twitch will be in the description as well as in the pinned comment, and yeah, I'd love to see you over there. But yeah, I think that's all for today. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I am running there's a poll active on my community tab. I was considering changing up my uploads. Just like I was thinking, like, I could do multiple games a day if I just basically didn't edit, like just uploaded like VODs, just like chopped up, and I would replay, like, obviously I wouldn't be able to play copyrighted music like I do on my stream. But yeah, just if I could just replace the music and upload multiple games a day, if that would be something people would rather have, rather than just having the single edited uploaded day. Sorry. But yeah, anyways, you can go over to my community tab and vote on that if you want. It'll be up for at least a couple more days, I think. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow.